Over the past 10 years, a large-scale group has emerged in China, Little Pinks. They grew up with more than half a century of brainwashing propaganda by the CCP because it's difficult to distinguish the difference between the CCP and China. They fanatically fly the banner of patriotism, which is actually the banner of loving the party and opposing the US, Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan. Little Pinks are active on Chinese social media platforms, thinking that their actions will be approved and protected by the Communist Party. But recently, they saw a different reality and collapsed instantly. In this episode, we'll take a closer look at Little Pinks. On the evening of July 10, 2024, the opening ceremony of the 13th World Choir Competition was held in New Zealand. The Nibun Choir representing Taiwan won 2 gold medals. However, when receiving the award, the members of the Chinese team participating in the competition were suspected of being dissatisfied with Chinese Taipei coming to the stage to receive the award. They kept shouting slogans such as China and No Taiwan Independence on the sidelines and even broke down and cried on the spot. From the video, we can see that the Taiwanese national team happily came to the stage to receive the award, while the members of the Chinese team collapsed and shouted China. Many Chinese netizens left messages. Why shout China? The stage will be dismantled after the awards ceremony, so why shout? Little Pink has been brainwashed like this. Some netizens said that the people taught in the Chinese Communist Party's education system are really hysterical and called on the Chinese to calm down. Some netizens also said it was hard to imagine whether this video was dubbed later. It was really so crazy. Let's look at this scene again. On July 26, 2024, the Olympics were held in Paris, France. Since the opening of the Olympics took place on the banks of the Seine River, athletes from 206 participating countries all entered the venue by boat. The 405-member Chinese team entered the venue on the same boat as Chile, Canada, and other countries. In fact, it's very common for teams from several countries to enter the stadium on one boat, but the Little Pinks in China cannot calm down. They are not satisfied with the Chinese team wearing red clothes and white pants being squeezed into the stern of the boat. Some netizens left a message. I can't stand this opening ceremony anymore. It's so crude. It's just a small wooden boat, and several countries are squeezed into one boat. Some netizens also said that the appearance time of the Chinese delegation was less than 10 seconds. They passed by before I could see clearly, and I didn't even have time to take pictures. This video shows the Chinese Little Pinks' devastated state of mind when they saw the Japanese team entering the stadium alone in a boat. Why give the Japanese a ship? Why should a country as big as China squeeze into a ship with them? This makes me mad. A netizen commented on the video. Chinese people who came out of the patriotic populism and hatred education system of the Communist Party of China are becoming less and less tolerant. The basic etiquette and moral values for getting along with people have almost been lost. Low-class people are attacking each other and hurting each other more and more seriously, and the Chinese people's understanding and worldview has become extreme and narrow. They have even completely lost empathy and humanity. This is an early sign of the destruction of the country and the family. It rained heavily during the opening ceremony, arousing dissatisfaction among the Little Pink fans. They left messages on Weibo and complained. You don't even control the weather on such an important day. There were so many people soaking in the rain. There is no telling why there are no water drops on other outdoor cameras and a lack of preparation. The netizen means that he dislikes the way the outdoor camera was not wiped in time after exposure to the rain, making the picture look dirty. With so many people soaking in the rain, there is no telling why there are no water drops in other outdoor camera locations and a lack of preparation. If it rains, these thunderstorm clouds can be blown away. They were blown away during the Hangzhou Asian Games. Over the years, the Chinese government has incited nationalism in the name of patriotism and used goods exported to China from other countries to incite hatred, encouraging Chinese people who do not know the truth to boycott foreign products and make them think that this is patriotism. Because the Beijing authorities implemented an information blockade, some Chinese people accept information that is either lies or one-sided information fabricated by Chinese officials, and thus blindly boycott Japanese products. But when they learn that the products they use every day were produced by so-called hostile countries, their defenses instantly broke. On June 23, 2024, during a live broadcast by Chen Feng, the owner of UP in mainland China, a video that made Little Pink collapse and cry went viral on the internet. During the live broadcast, fans asked him what kind of car he drove, who Chen Feng said it was a Toyota. Fans said, "Why don't you support domestic independent brands? No matter how good Japanese cars are, I will not buy Japanese cars." The fan also said, "I misjudged you."
你用的什么手机啊？
我用的国产手机。
What kind of phone are you using? The phone I am using is made in China. I know. What's the brand? Oppo. Do you know what model your Oppo phone is? Oppo A9. Do you know that the CMOS in your mobile phone is from Japan's Sony? I don't know. What's wrong? Do you still use this phone? No, no.
那你还用你这个手机吗？
No.
The Little Pink then said she was unsure that her phone was Japanese and asked where the data came from. The user replied that as long as there was no super rubbish and cheap mobile phones on the market, the CMOS on the mobile phone is from Japan.
因为索尼全球在这方面是第一。
Because Sony is number one in the world in this field, Sony is number one in the field of photography globally. Well, Sony is number one. No one dares to say number two. That is, almost all mobile phone CMOS is from Sony.
几乎所有的手机的 CMOS 都是索尼的。 你别激动。
Don't get excited. Calm down, buddy.
一下，哥们儿，你冷静一下。
In the video, you can hear that the male Little Pinks instantly break down and cry. While he calmed them down, he did not forget to mention that the light bulbs he used were all made in Japan.
你别伤心，你别伤心，你手机。
Don't be sad. The Japanese components in your mobile phone are not just CMOS. There are too many Japanese parts in your mobile phone. Even if the chip is not Japanese, the IP inside the chip is also Japanese. A lot, you know. Don't get excited. Just calm down. The LED light bulbs in your home were invented by the Japanese. You know, you turn off the lights and then cry.
你知道吧？你把灯关了再哭。
A video of Little Pinks crying bitterly on the spot sparked heated discussions among netizens. Are you crying with anger? Real or fake? In fact, when the epidemic first broke out in 2020, Japan enthusiastically helped China. On February 10, 2020, the Secretary General of the ruling Liberal Democratic Party of Japan said at a press conference that in response to the epidemic in China, the Liberal Democratic Party will provide support funds to the mainland. In the early morning of February 7, 2020, the Japanese government's charter flight transported another batch of support supplies to Wuhan. The box of supplies had words such as Go Wuhan and Go China written on them. The Japanese foreign minister also said on TV, "The Japanese government is willing to make every effort to help mainland China overcome the difficulties together." According to incomplete statistics, since January 27, 2020, 11 Japanese counties, cities, and local governments have expressed their intention to donate masks, protective clothing, and other materials to China. The Japanese private sector also donated 1 million anti-epidemic masks. According to the Nikkei Asia Chinese website, Miracle Holdings, a large Japanese medical clinical examination company, announced that it would provide 90,000 medical masks, 3,000 goggles, and 3,800 disposable protective clothing to Wuhan and local medical institutions. Japanese physical and chemical instrument manufacturer Shimaduzu Corporation donated US $138,000 to China and mobile X-ray machines for diagnosing pneumonia. Chinese netizens have also posted photos online showing poems on boxes of anti-epidemic supplies donated by Japan to China. The actions of the Japanese have touched many Chinese people, but under the guidance of the CCP's negative propaganda against Japan, the Little Pinks still regard Japan as China's #1 enemy. On the evening of May 31, 2024, Chinese internet celebrity Tai To, whose real name is Dong Guangming, emphasized his patriotism. He urinated on the stone pillar at the Yasukuni Shrine in Japan, sprayed red paint on it, and wrote the word toilet in English. He even posted a video of himself peeing on the stone pillar at the Yasukuni Shrine online for fans to watch. Japanese police subsequently wanted him. Taito rushed back to China by plane in the early morning of June 1st and found that his social media account had been deleted. Taito had no choice but to come to Sina headquarters in Beijing to defend his rights against Weibo's blocking of his social account. In June 2024, a netizen on the X platform posted, "The Chinese internet celebrity Taito, who performed a patriotic act by peeing in public at the Yasukuni Shrine in Japan, is now defending his rights and being blocked by social media. Why can't even peeing in the Yasukuni Shrine earn the sympathy and understanding of the party state?" This video is a statement from Taito, who went to Sina headquarters to defend his rights. This is Weibo headquarters. On March 20th, 2024, the Weibo administrator posted a message saying that to prevent the release of harmful information about current affairs, a number of accounts were banned and closed, and my account was one of them. I punish evil and promote good. From February 8th to the present, no information has been released to the public in China's official media, self-media, or relevant departments. Why was I banned, for how long, and who banned me? However, Weibo clearly informed the reason for the ban. Today, I am officially here to defend my rights in accordance with the laws and regulations. A suspected insider said that in January 2024, Taito told fans in the live broadcast room about his past improper relationship with a woman. He also said that this happened 8 or 9 years ago and that the prosecution period had passed. As a result, Chinese officials stated that relevant issues would be verified and dealt with. In February 2024, his accounts on Weibo, Kuaishou, and Douyin were banned. It seems that this patriotic business is not easy to do. Even if he takes the risk of urinating at the Yasukuni Shrine, he still has to make a video to protect his rights when he returns home. Some netizens said, "He doesn't understand that patriotism requires command and cannot be loved casually. Doing such things casually will cause chaos to the country." Previously, there was also a little pink who wanted to do patriotic business but was framed instead, causing a collapse scene. On June 14, 2021, a YouTube broadcaster in Beijing named Patriotic Youth Liu Sitong went to the Beijing police station to report a YouTube channel that criticized current affairs in China and called it Taiwan Independence. He said he hoped that the Chinese police would arrest the anchor across provinces in Taiwan. The little pink in mainland China usually refers to the Republic of China, which is Taiwan province. In the video, Leo can be seen heading to the police station with a printed list of videos. As you've seen, I must do a big thing today. Report this Taiwan independence element. I have already typed up the report letter. This is incriminating evidence and is in my hands. He confidently said that if nothing unexpected happened, the anchor would be arrested by the National Security Bureau across provinces. A male police officer asked Leo how he could see the YouTube channel. The police also said to him, "Do you know that climbing over the firewall is illegal?" "I know, but what I am doing now is for what? For the sake of the motherland and the mainland, so..." Wrong, sorry. Which software did you use to circumvent the firewall?" 789 accelerator. Report it to the authorities. It doesn't work. If it had worked, I would have reported it long ago. Do you think China can control overseas websites? The male police officer then scolded him and said, "As an adult, you should have known your own judgment. First, don't be easily fooled by them. Second, I don't think you should be able to circumvent the firewall at all. You shouldn't watch YouTube at first." What little pink Leo didn't expect was that the police informed him that he was suspected of illegally climbing over the wall and was fined US $415. Then, the Taiwanese YouTube anchor broadcast a video, a recording that Liu Sitong uploaded to YouTube on June 14th and then deleted. The audience could hear Leo crying, and Leo said he was so angry that he was shaking all over. "Because I illegally circumvented the firewall, I was fined US $415. You should pay me the money." The Taiwanese anchor later comforted the patriotic young man Liu Sitong and said, 415 is not much. China has completely lifted out of poverty. Some netizens couldn't help but laugh at the little pink's ridiculous behavior. Someone left a message saying, 415 only bought half an hour of psychological counseling. It's so deceptive. The police comrade should give him 2 meals and a room for 1 night, implying detention. This episode is really called the most embarrassing Little Pink series in history. Another netizen wrote, Little Pink cried and fainted in the toilet. China has been lifted out of poverty, so what does $415 mean? Don't you love the party? The party has already served you and played you for a sucker. Why don't you thank the party quickly? Some netizens also said, there is such a strange group of people in China. They are the lowest class and their interests are being harmed every day, but they have the consciousness of the ruling class. It's almost impossible to find such mentally retarded things in the animal world. I laughed from the beginning to end. Little Pink's IQ is very sympathetic. Why do these young Chinese people have such twisted hatred and xenophobia? If you carefully observe the CCP's propaganda methods, you will see that in order to maintain its rule, the CCP must incite hatred among the people. The party's strategy is, if there is no hatred, create hatred. Many Chinese people have been used to obeying instructions since they were young, including knowing that these instructions are ridiculous, but not daring to resist. They are taught that they do not need to think independently when facing authority. They also don't know that they are born with powers, including the power to resist. Those who are more radical among them will become Little Pinks. Little Pinks are afraid of political authority, do not know how to respect human nature, do not cherish life, and oppose universal values. So when the Beijing authorities listed the US, Japan, and Taiwan as enemies, the Little Pinks followed this principle. War is waged throughout the world, no matter how far away the enemy may be from us. Such provocative behavior will undoubtedly be resisted by people from all over the world and become a joke around the world. That's all for today. Please remember to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, leave a comment, and share with your friends. See you in the next episode.